Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Life with Anime Podcast, where you come to be entertained, find some escape and relief, and where we talk about the impact that anime has on our lives. We are your host, Family Man Joe.
And Mr. Mix Maker. How y'all doing?
What's up, y'all? So today we are recording a special mini episode. Call this episode 2.5, whatever. Not one of our normal weekly episodes. Couple days ago, we had a major event happen in the anime community. One of a very sad and somber vibe. Akira Toriyama has officially passed away at the age of 68. He died March 1st. Passed away from an acute subdermal hematoma, which is basically just blood buildup between the brain and the skull. And sadly, we lost a great one, a legend in the anime community. So first and foremost, we want to give our condolences to the anime. I guess. Wow. Hey.
Yeah, it's a hard, yeah.
Yeah. Man. Uh, yeah. This is a very hard moment, I think, for a lot of people, but obviously even more so for his family. So we want to give our condolences to his family, his loved ones, his friends, anyone who was close to him, that knew him on a personal level, and obviously to the rest of the community, the anime community. Many of us, Dragon Ball Z was our very first anime, and to see a man that has done a great job at leading a legacy for the anime community
Yeah.
officially pass away at such a young age, relatively young age, is really, really hard for a lot of us. So we want to definitely give our condolences to his loved ones, his family, his wife, and children.
Like Joe said, man, condolences to his family and his friends. I know, like Joe said, for a lot of us, this was one of the gateway anime, if not one of the first anime um, that we ever saw, or that we actually first started to like know that this was anime. I can remember me, shout out to my cousin Sean and my cousin Vaughn. We would get home from school, try to catch it like really quickly. I can remember like watching the Frieza and Goku episodes and the to
Man.
be continued joints, and like legit as soon as we finished watching Dragon Ball Z, we would go outside and we would play Dragon Ball Z outside. Like,
That's crazy. Yeah,
so
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Like P, I had early moments of Dragon Ball Z. And one of my favorite ones I remember with my dad over the summers, we'd be watching Dragon Ball Z, and he said we had two options. We could watch Dragon Ball Z live as it came out, or we could record it, go to the pool, and we would watch it after we came back while we ate dinner. And 9 times out of 10, I feel like we just chose to watch it live. Like it was like we have to watch this live. So yeah, very similar moment, man. It's been a part of my life for a very long time.
Like, and just big shouts out to the community for just, I think, representing him in a good way. Like, I have seen nothing but positive vibes. Everybody is loving on him and his family. Um, and so because of that too, we created this episode just to run down just a few of his accolades that he has given to the anime community. Number one, he created Dr. Slump. If you don't know what Dr. Slump is, yo, please go read it, go watch it. It's
Yes.
amazing. It was first serialized in Shonen Jump in February of 1980. It was animated by Toei in 1981. And it had not 300, excuse me, and it had 243 episodes. Also, Dr. Slump won the Shigakukan Manga Award in 1981, which is the oldest manga award in Japan. So yeah, again, reiterate, if you have not seen Dr. Slump, go check that out. Really good stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely. And obviously we all know this man created Dragon Ball. Just some stuff about that. It was first serialized and shown Jump back in 1984. It was officially animated by Toei as well in 1986. It is currently ranked fourth highest in total manga sales, I believe, with 260 million total. And it also is ranked second, which I thought was actually really impressive. Ranked second highest in average manga sales per volume, and I believe it's somewhere around 9.5 to 10 million per volume, which is absolutely crazy to me.
Ridiculous. Not only that, but if you play video games, then you automatically know that this man had a footprint on Dragon Quest, Chrono Trigger, and Blue Dragon. did all of the character designs. And again, if you played this, like there are so many characters that look like Goku in this
bro.
book, especially Blue Dragon. Well, all of them, Chrono Trigger, like yeah, footprint heavy.
Yeah, the only I've seen and heard of Chrono Trigger and Dragon Quest, but the only one I've played is Blue Dragon, and definitely obviously see Akira's footprint, hands, I guess
Yeah,
handprint on that as
handprint.
well. Yeah. Obviously, with his passing, again, he has touched many people around the world. He has inspired many mangaka, voice actors, to kind of step up and realize their full potential. Obviously, we know Yoshihiro Togashi from Hunter x Hunter. We have Ichiro Oda for One Piece, all of them. But a couple of these mangaka, as well as the voice actor for Goku, at this time had left some messages and made some comments about the impact that he has had on their lives and who they are. And so we kind of want to just go through a couple of those with you as well, and then kind of get into his story and the impact that he has had on us individually. So first, Yoshihiro Togashi, again, the creator of Hunter x Hunter, he is quoted saying, "He's a god, a heavenly person," which is crazy. It's crazy to hear someone refer to someone that like
Crazy.
to give someone that kind of acknowledgement, obviously says a lot about that person and the way they lived. He's also quoted saying, "If it wasn't for Toriyama, I probably wouldn't even be here at this point." And I think he's referring to himself as a mangaka and where he is in his career, Shonen Jump, and the things that he's done. Um, so that's how much I've been influenced by him. Again, to give basically someone the the acknowledgement and credit for your career as a mangaka, a very well known mangaka, a successful mangaka, speaks a lot of volumes to Toriyama. Also, Masako Nozawa, she's a voice actor for the Japanese voice actor for Goku. She was doing an interview and she recalled a moment back to where Toriyama told her something about Goku. I'm guessing maybe around a time where he wasn't doing so well and feeling so well. And so his words to her were, "You will take care of Goku, won't you?" Which, man, like that, that
Like
hit
that brings tears to my eyes, like right there, like
hard. That hits so hard, bro. For someone to
jeez.
create this masterpiece and then ask you to take care of it, like, bro, what? What? I'm sure that's a huge weight, but also like a huge blessing to her as the voice actor. And so, what she's saying and quoted saying in response to this is that I will cherish that moment forever. I will stay by Goku's side until my strength runs out completely. Man, like it's just crazy to see. Obviously, these people are connected, and I'm sure she's had communications and contact with Toriyama for a very long time, and so just to hear someone this close to them just express this much admiration and responsibility for what he has left to her says a lot.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We also had others chime in. Oda, of course, who created One Piece, was quoted saying, "He is one of those people who took the baton from an era when reading manga made you look stupid and created an era where both adults and children could read and enjoy manga." You had Kishimoto from Naruto, who said, "As a child, even if I was having a bad experience, watching Dragon Ball every week made me forget about it. It was a relief for me as a country boy who had nothing." Listen, man, I always wondered, did these like four or five like Oda and Kishimoto and Tagashi and what's my guy's name from
Kubo,
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 did these guys, I like, my hope and prayer is that they at least got together a couple of times. Like it reminds me, if we're going back to
Bungo
when
Stray
it's
Dogs.
Bungo, like I want to know if they was at the, dang, you read my mind. I want to
Hey,
know if they was at the bar, like having like drinks, discussing old times.
man, it's crazy. Even like Oda's quote about like saying like this created an era where both adults and children can read and enjoy manga. Like just even think about a time where like we growing up watching anime and reading manga, like that was looked down upon, like you were weird for that.
Absolutely,
And to
absolutely.
now be into an era where like the world is now reading manga, the world is watching anime. I just saw something recently that Demon Slayer, the manga for Demon Slayer, has out in, I believe it was 2020 or 2021, that one manga outsold the entire comic book industry, both DC and Marvel
Mhm.
combined. Like that's crazy
Yeah.
to imagine the time that we weren't, that wasn't a thing, and now here we are. And I feel
And
like Toriyama had obviously a very major impact in that.
And not just a major impact. Like I again, just on Instagram today, which again, I don't know if most of you guys know, but we're talking about like Shade Room. I don't know if anybody follows Shade Room, but
They talked about it?
the fact that Shade Room posted that he had passed, and I went through all of these comments, and it's like, bruh, like this was my childhood. I remember one comment was in my community, which is this is like one of the communities that I grew up in. Like you had two options. Either like after you get from school, you get in trouble or you do other things, or you be in the house and you watching Dragon Ball. And a lot of the people that were under the post or that were commenting were pretty much saying like Dragon Ball Z like saved me from like going out and doing like some street stuff, bruh. It was amazing. Like I said, for it to be posted on Shade Room, like the reach that this brother had was absolutely amazing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so now let's get into his journey a little bit, of who he was and how he became what we know today as Akira Toriyama. At 23, Toriyama was broke after quitting an advertising job, a job at an advertising agency. And one day he went into a coffee shop, and as he was in the coffee shop, he happened to pick up Shonen Jump magazine, and in that he saw that there was an amateur art contest. Like imagine that. Like that's just crazy. Like he having a bad day, went to get some coffee, sat down to read some manga, and he's like, this is the start of this legendary legacy that he's about to leave. He enters this amateur art contest and ends up losing.
He loses.
And he loses. Like that's crazy. Hey guys, really quickly before we get back to video, I apologize. I'm about to call Kazuhiko Torishima a woman and something like an art director, I believe, in the remaining of the video, and I apologize. He is a man and he is an editor, so I just wanted to fix that and clear there before you guys hear the rest of the video. I apologize. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of the video. But the crazy part is, even though he loses, he got the attention of
Bruh.
Kazuhiko Torishima, which I
Yeah.
believe is I don't think she's a mangaka, but I believe she
Hmm.
was an art director
Hmm.
at the time. Again, if I'm wrong, I apologize for that. But he got the attention of her, and she personally told him to keep submitting stuff to her. She didn't want him to give up, and so he was. Imagine this. This man could literally have given up at this point. He could be like, "It didn't work. I'm done. I'm broke. I gotta figure something else to do." But he keeps trekking on, and this whole situation led to his first published story, which was Wonder Island, which is crazy because then it was voted Wonder Island was voted last in a reader survey, and it's basically calling him a flop. Again, another moment where this man is lost at the
Let
bottom
Yo,
and could
real
have
quick.
quit.
Like just to stop right there, like I know this our podcast is absolutely about the impact that anime has. Let this be a lesson to
Go
everybody,
ahead,
bro.
talk about it, talk
Please,
about it.
like just because like you continue to lose, like always get back up, always keep going. I promise you, and we talk about this a lot, but there is always something on the other side of like you almost just wanting to give up. Like that lets for me anyway, that lets me know like when I'm that close to giving up, I am that much more closer to getting what God has for me or to getting like my blessing or my big breakthrough. Like if
Absolutely.
you keep losing, keep going. Content creators, keep posting. Business people, like keep growing your business. Do what you got to do because I promise you, at the time you feel like it's not going to work, is you're like that close to getting a breakthrough. But anyway, go ahead,
Yeah.
Joe.
No, man, that's listen, that preaches, bro. You
That
already know.
preaches.
And so after that, this man ended up drawing 500 plus pages of stories that were unsuccessful, and then eventually this led him to create Dr. Slump, which sold over 35 million copies. So just imagine how much work he had to put in. I'm sure years of work, and I don't know the full timeline of it all, but years of work this man had to put in before he got his first breakthrough. And it took one person, literally just one person. And maybe there's more. Maybe his family and whatever were also backing him up. But it took one person in that industry to be like, look, keep going, continue to submit stuff to me. Like you have potential. And so yeah, Kazuhiko at this point encouraged him to create a martial arts story. This led to Dragon Boy, which is a two chapter manga that
Mhm.
then led to now what we have, Dragon Ball. I had never heard of Dragon Boy, so the research that I did for this obviously led me to that. I didn't know that was a thing at all. I don't know
Um,
if you've heard of it all, P.
I the only reason why I've heard of it, shout out to Geekdom. And I've been following this guy probably 8 plus years. But he does Dragon Ball Z content, and he is the reason why I know about Dr. Slump, and he's the reason why I knew about Dragon Boy. So
Okay,
shouts out to
that's
him.
what's up. That's what's up. And yeah, obviously from then on, we know if you didn't know the previous stuff about Toriyama, you now know who he is and what he has created, from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z to GT to Super, and everything in between. I do want to give a quick shout out to big shout out to Tony Weaver. He was the reason I even discovered the story. Obviously, I could have looked it up myself, but I got the synopsis mostly from him. So shout out to him. Appreciate you, Tony. I know that this has had a big impact on him, especially being someone who is a mangaka and dreams
Absolutely.
of reaching, I'm sure, this level. And so now we're gonna get into the impact that this art form, this masterpiece. I know it may not be the greatest show that we've ever seen, but it is the goat for sure as far as impact and influence on the anime world, and I'm sure in our lives as well. But we're going to get into some of our favorite moments and characters that have meant a lot to us in our journey through anime. P, I'll let you go first.
One of the moments that I have, and I'm pretty sure we all have this moment, is Goku going Super Saiyan for the
Oh
very
yeah.
first time. Like,
Oh
bro,
yeah.
again, and I told this story a couple of minutes ago. Yo, I can remember us trying to catch the episode with Frieza versus Goku, and of course, like bus travels around the same time, so of course we get there. But again, man, to like get off the bus time and time and time again, and like we are just waiting for this moment. Like we know it's coming. Damn you, Toriyama, for making us wait so long. But when I tell you the payoff was amazing, to the point where like we were like all three watching, like we are up yelling, hugging, like this dude is going Super Saiyan. And then of course, like we would go outside. So again, shout out to Sean, because being that Sean is the biggest and the strongest out of all of us, of course he says that he's Goku, and now
Of
he gets
course.
Super Saiyan, and I'm Krillin. Like I just want to let you know, like that.
Hey, hey, Krillin beats Kaido. So there you go. Shout out Seb from that One
Shout
Piece talk.
out.
Krillin beats Kaido.
So yeah, that's one of my first favorite moments is Goku going Super Saiyan for the first time.
Absolutely. And still, I mean, we could fight about this and argue about this, but still to this day, one of the most iconic transformations, if not the most
If
iconic
not the most.
yeah, the most iconic transformation in all of anime. Um, this show obviously led to many anime using the fact that their characters transform and evolve and adapt.
Mhm.
So yeah, shout out to Toriyama. My first moment that I've had that I want to talk about, which is my favorite character of all time as well, is actually, hold on one second, just because I happen to have it sitting here right with me. This moment right here,
Of course, that's a great
man.
moment.
My favorite moment of all time is when this man went Super Saiyan 2, Teen Gohan, and just like, yo, that instance is just a moment about like boundless potential waiting to be unleashed. Like, this kid was a scared kid who didn't want to do this and that, like was just nervous that something bad was going to happen, that he wouldn't be able to do what he needed to do and step up to his moment. And when Android 16 was like, look,
Mhm.
you can do this, you got this, and then obviously Cell killed him, it just flipped the switch. Like, he had no choice but to let it go and to unleash his full potential and to step into that. And all it takes is, again, just like Toriyama and the art director that reached out to him said, continue to keep reaching out to me. It just took one person to believe and push him to that point. And
That's
I've
good.
experienced that in my life so
That's
many times, man. So many times.
That's good. That's really good. And the fact that Toriyama like foreshadowed the heck out of that. Like we knew Gohan was going to have
No.
like all of the, even when he was fighting Raditz and dude was in the pod and Raditz was like, who in the hell got
Who
this
is this?
power? Like whose power level going up like this? So the fact
Yeah,
that
bro.
he foreshadowed that like way out and we got the
From the
payoff
jump.
with Super Saiyan 2. Oh yeah,
Man.
wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is my second favorite. So Goku Super Saiyan third. This is my second, which
Okay.
is Tien with the Tri Beam. I don't know
Really?
why. Yes,
Really?
yes. I don't know why this is so good to me, but when he is
Okay.
holding off Sale and he is just like tri beaming my dude, and Sale can't do anything about it, and TN is just like going through he's tired, he's frustrated, but dude keeps backing Sale in
Man.
a corner, and there is nothing that Sale can possibly do to get out of this tri beam. When I tell you, I don't know what it is about like Krillin and TN, but like those two,
Hey,
like
bro,
they are
listen.
top for me. But yeah,
Absolutely. That's
that's my
dope.
second. That's my second.
That's a dope moment. That's a dope moment. You went in reverse order. I went from top to bottom. So because Gohan was my first moment, I guess I
Okay.
should have went top to. I should have went the other way, but we're good. It is what it is. My second favorite moment is Vegeta sacrificing himself versus Boo. Man, I will stand by this that Vegeta is the most developed character in all of Dragon Ball Z. To
Oh,
go
I
to
agree.
go from this dude who just came down to kill everybody and do and just wreak havoc to now being married, to having kids, to being a father, though may not necessarily have been the best father at times and has definitely grown. We see that through Super. Um, from the beginning all the way to Super. But this was like a moment for me where he takes on the form of a father and is like telling Trunks that he needs to take basically passing towards like Trunks, I need you to take care of your moms. Make sure you do a good job taking care of your moms. And Trunks is like, hey
Oh,
yo, what are you talking about, bro? Like
oh, I
that's
cried.
that's
Oh,
your
I
job,
cried.
dog. Like I'm the kid, bro. Like
Yeah,
where you going? Like we got milk at home, bro. Like where you
yeah.
going? And two quotes specifically that he said is, "You are my only son, and yet I haven't held you once since you were a baby. Come here,
Oh, I
son." Bro,
cried. Oh, I cried.
bro, I rewatched that today before recording this, and I definitely teared up a little bit. Definitely teared up a bit. And then this last one, I think, is just I think as a man in general, to hear your father tell you this, or another man tell you this, or honestly anybody to tell you this, just definitely hits home.
Oh, I'm
And
gonna cry now.
I'm trying not to. There's something you must know. You've made me proud, my son. Bro, like what? Come on, man. Like any child, it doesn't have to be a boy, but obviously son. He's speaking to his son specifically. But for your father figure, role model to tell you that, bro,
All right, Joe, you gotta
like
stop
that
talking because
just
I'm like
man,
legit gonna
come
tear
on,
up
bro.
because you already know what's going on with my dad, and my
Yeah.
dad has legit told me that like you gonna make me cry, and I don't want to cry like in
Oh
front of
man.
these people.
I'm sorry. I won't do
Oh,
that.
that's
But
good.
man, as a father myself,
That's good.
um, to be in that position now as Vegeta, and to watch my kids grow and develop and to be proud of them as well, but also knowing that I have my fathers who are proud of me.
No.
Um, yeah, sorry, P. Sorry, P.
All right, we gonna cut that out though. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I did think of you when I did that. I'm like, I hope
Yeah.
P don't get mad at me for that one.
No, I would never. Okay, cool. So my last one is going to be very lighthearted since Joe got me like legit up here, like again. Maybe I'll tell y'all the backstory later, but like Joe,
Yeah,
daggone it, you. So
I'm sorry, bro.
yeah, my favorite moment of all time is Master Roshi versus Krillin in Dragon
Oh,
Ball.
okay.
Yeah, when I tell you I went back and watched it because I was struggling between Goku versus Master Roshi or Krillin versus Master Roshi. And Krillin is my favorite character
Yeah,
of all time in Dragon Ball Z. And just to see the shock on Master Roshi's face to be like, hey, yo, like I really gotta step my game up on dude. Like so many people be hating on Krillin for no reason, but like Krillin like legit be holding his own. And again, as a child, Master Roshi legit had to like take off the gloves and really box this dude.
yeah,
Again, that just shows so much potential not only Goku had, but Krillin had at the time too. And again, not only was it a great fight, but it was an hilarious fight as well. So for that reason, my number one is Krillin versus Master Roshi. 100%.
absolutely, absolutely. And again, Seb, Krillin beats Kaido.
100%.
Um, my last moment is also a lot less emotional and heartfelt than the first two. Is Future Trunks appears for the first time, and I don't know if you guys can see it. And hold on, let me do this real
Oh,
quick. but I don't know if you guys will see it. But shout out Hypeland right there, dope hat. Um,
Are we talking about when he came with Mecha Frieza?
Yes, bro. He
Yeah,
first pulled
yeah,
up
yeah.
and was like, "Hey, yo, I know you looking for the legendary Saiyan, but you got another one sitting right here in front of you." And then came in and did
Yeah.
him dirty, bro. And I tell you, I legit wanted to change my name to Trunks. Like my mom could. I don't know if my mom will remember this, but I legit told my mom like, "Hey, can I change my name to Trunks?" And the sword has been my favorite weapon since that moment. Like
Yeah,
I'm a like anytime I play a video game, the sword is my number one weapon. Like I don't no staff, no shield, no magic, no like I want the sword. I'm slicing and dicing, and that is because of Trunks.
yeah.
And yeah, man, that's it.
That's when I knew like Super Saiyan like was like leaps and bounds. Because for me, I now and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Mecha Frieza is stronger than the Frieza
Yeah,
that
he came
that
back
Goku
stronger.
fought.
Yeah, he had
And the fact,
and had his dad with him,
yeah, and
and
the
had his
fact
dad with him, and
which
still got bodies,
which
bro.
Cooler again is like that. But the fact that Trunks wasted no time with
Bro, it
Mecha
took him
Frieza
like 5 seconds to do this man dirty.
and then
I
blew
was
him,
like,
and then
yo,
blew him away. Like, yeah, no, 100%. Great
come on,
moment.
bro. Come on, bro. And so yeah, man, that's again, bro, this is a sad moment, but also a time and a moment for us to rejoice and to celebrate the life that Akira Toriyama lived, the things that he created, the things that he made us feel, the moments we experienced thanks to him, and Shonen Jump and Toei. Um, and man, I don't really know how to end this. I don't know what else to say. But I'm grateful. I'm extremely grateful for
Grateful.
this moment, for this man, I guess, for what he has meant to me. Then and just again, man, I don't know, man. It's a
Again,
hard
and
moment, but it's been
yeah,
great.
it's just not what he meant to you, but what he meant to everybody. Like
Exactly,
again, like it's people who don't watch anime who know who Goku is. My mom
exactly.
only knows two anime characters, and that's
Goku,
Pikachu and Goku. Those are
exactly.
the only two she knows. So, like the fact that you can have that much of an impact is absolutely amazing, man.
Yeah.
Jeez, you're gonna
Um,
truly be missed, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And so if you don't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel where we talk about again all things anime, the impact that it has on our lives and our guests' lives. We'll probably do something similar like this again. We talked about the impact that anime is having on us. But if you want more discussions like this, you want more anything related to anime, guests involved in the anime community as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. We post episodes every Friday. Again, this was a special case, but every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So
Yep, yep.
with that, we're out. Peace.
Peace.